Hey all, how are we doing? Hey sparklers. So if you don't know me, I am Empress Sparkle. I am a paranormal investigator as well as a witch and lots of other things. So, how is everyone tonight? How are we all? I know I'm just sending this out to other social medias um, to get people over to chat really. Hey Shawnee, how are you lovely? I have already got a couple of questions, guys. So I have already got a couple of questions. So I just want to say um, that in place that someone was asking the other day. So yeah, so I'll just send this across to her. Just moved it right down. Let me go back up. So yeah, how are you anyway, Shawnee, my lovely? Oh, not too far. I'm good, thank you, my sweet. I'm good. I'm all gravy. Maybe I didn't go up too far. Keep having palpitations this morning today though. Like since about 6:30. I haven't yet, sweet. I literally am editing tomorrow's video for my other channel. So it's been I don't know what's going on. So it's been a bit nuts if I'm honest. Um do you know what? I can't find them. Cannot find them. Cannot find them. Hey. It is sweet. It is. I think I know what the problem is. It is now. Yeah, I don't know why it even does that on mine, the top messages rather than all of them. So, yeah, it's you have to change it to the live chat bit. You have to change that bit, sadly. Um, I'll share it in there. It is crazy. So obviously I'm on my own tonight, which is really rare. I am on my own tonight. Obviously I won't be back with guests from next week. I was meant to be out at an investigation tonight, but it hasn't. There's a lot going on, so it hasn't sadly worked out. Um, so I am on my own tonight, my lovelies. It is, yeah. There's a lot of craziness going on. A lot of craziness. Um, there was a couple of things that someone asked me the other day, and I cannot find the questions. And I says, "Oh, I'll do that on Paranormal Live." Hey, I'm good. How are you, sweet? Oh, you're all right. If you need to sleep, sleep, my lovely. Right, I think I know where. Sorry, I was asked loads of questions the other day by someone and I can't find them. Ah, here's the lady. Hev, I can't find the chat we had the other day, and I says to you, I'll explain all that on the live, and I can't find it. No, it's on. Yeah, it's WhatsApp private between us. Yeah, and I said I would explain to them on the line, on the live, and I can't find it. Oh, hold on, hold on. No, that's not it. Ah, yeah, that's the one, sweet. They're the ones. Right. Okay. Yes, these are the ones. I can't find it. How do I get to it? Maybe I need to go on phone. No, I can't find it on phone. So, Heather asked me quite an interesting question the other day, and she asked me, which led into a conversation. So, I thought this could actually lead into a conversation today because I thought it was quite an interesting question. So, she was watching someone the other day, and they was basically saying about people they wouldn't tune into, buildings, etc. There isn't a building I wouldn't tune into. And this actually showed to me, one of the things it showed to me was how some mediums, clairvoyants, etc., don't actually know. I don't think it's really but what they're doing. And I thought we could talk about that on the paranormal. Um, Here it is. I've got it. I've got it now. She's a star. So yeah, so the buildings I did explain was I wouldn't ever do it in a Buddhist temple. So I'd never paranormal hunt in a Buddhist temple. I find that disrespectful. I do find that disrespectful. And I thought that was actually a really good question. Um, Obviously, the video she saw, they were saying stuff like the Buckingham Palace. I'd quite love to do Buckingham Palace, I'll be honest. But people don't realise that Buckingham Palace has only been up since the 1600s. So before that, it was the one that began with H and the one that began with K. The Kensington Palace is the main one that the kings and queens stayed at. And I believe Kensington Palace, especially for Queen Elizabeth I. So it's sort of like, so for me, there isn't somewhere I wouldn't open up. Um, it is horrible. It is horrible feeling that stuff and stuff like that. And it's very horrible feeling that stuff. Even when we go on paranormal hunts, sometimes you get that feeling anyway. If I'm honest, the private investigations actually affect me more than the public investigation sometimes, because you're dealing with a real family. Whereas the public investigations, 90% of the time, I don't mean it rudely, but the spirits are quite drained. So for me, places like the Causoleum and stuff like that, other than the flashbacks, which can sometimes happen, it's not as bad. If I'm honest, it's not as bad at all. And I think that's actually a really important thing to point out when people say, well, how do you manage to go investigating these places, etc., when blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, because it don't really bother me. It honestly, it don't. Um, some of the places I go to, the worst place I've gone to so far in my whole life, as in not even paranormal investigating, but actually in my whole life, the worst place publicly is Pembroke Castle. And that was hard because there was a lot of Welsh druids that had been kept there. So that was quite hard to actually comprehend. It's the way I'm going to word it. That was a, why is it doing that? So that one was quite a strange one, admittedly. Um, very much, admittedly, that was a strange one. So yeah, I thought that would be quite interesting. She also asked me if I'd ever be interested in working with the police. No, no. I personally couldn't work with the police. Because as I explained, one of the hardest energies to actually, the sadness, the heavy energies are easy to deal with. The hardest energy to deal with was actually the rage. So when you have a spirit there that's very, very angry, they are the hardest to deal with. Really hard, to be honest. Rage is one of the hardest to shrug off, is the way I'm going to word it. And when you feel that belly aching rage, it can really, really affect you. Really, really affect you. Um, I'm trying to think of a way to explain it. Am I explaining it right, guys? Am I explaining it right? Like, I don't know why. Don't know why I feel like I need to ask that. She did ask me something very interesting though. Is people commenting? Because they're not coming through if they are. I don't know. So yeah, so obviously rage is one of the hardest ones. One of the things that I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we have got an issue with comments. I had a feeling we had. I had a feeling we had. Right, guys, what I'll do then, because we've got an issue with comments, is I'm going to restart the live. All right, so I'll be 2 minutes. I'll be back on this channel. Yeah, there's an issue, Hev, with comments. So I'm going to restart the live. I'll be back on this channel in a minute. It's got to be something my side, sweet, because everyone's commenting and no one's managing to get through. So I'm going to restart the live and I'll be back in a minute. All right, my lovelies? And we'll figure out what's going on.